What is going on, nerds? I was bored this Valentine's Day, so I decided to play with Serena. Serena EX for 1 grass puts damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon until its remaining HP is 30. After using this, a lot of people would already use Panic Mask, which prevents damage from Pokemon with 40 HP or less, so whenever you hit, can't damage you. But finishing off with 30 damage is weird, and additionally they could just gust around it with like a Counter Catcher or a Prime Catcher. Which is why Budew, which in 3 hits will finish off whatever 30's on, while also locking my opponent out of item cards. Which means they can't Counter Catcher around it, they can't Prime Catcher, they can boss orders, but they have to find that. And even if they do boss orders around the Budew, preferably a lot of my board is Panic Mask. I have 4 Arven to find it. Additionally, I play 4 Serena. So we got Serena and Serena. Which either is a draw engine, so I can discard 3 cards from my hand and draw till I have 5, or Gust of V into the active. The Gusting of V into the active is actually really relevant, because trapping things and then item locking means we're going to stay trapped for even longer, which allows for a lot of stall strategies, where I damage things, they can't hit me back either because of Panic Mask or because they need a retreat. And it makes it very difficult when I keep gusting the same Pokemon into the active over and over again. And then late game, I can finish off with Bloodmoon. Oh, and I also play another Serena, Radiant Tsareena. Healing 20 from everything may not seem relevant. When a lot of people have things that can do 10 or 20 damage, like a Pidgey, it can heal off the Budew. Because if I gust a Pidgey into the active, they can still just hit it for 20. And that actually becomes a problem, so I can heal off that with the other Serena. Let's get into some matches. This is going to be fun. Alright, I'll be going first. I do start with Budew. Serena's good, although I think turn 1 I'm probably going to Arven to start setting up. Ultra Ball and Force Heal soon being in hand is also good. My opponent starts with Budew. This is exactly another reason I play the baby Serena. I can heal off my opponent's Budews. Now, this hand is not optimal. What do I do? I think I do need to Ultra Ball. This is interesting. The good thing is if I thin my hand, it goes better with Serena. I don't like getting rid of Force Heal Stone, however, I do not require Force Heal Stone in this matchup, right? Because if I get... I could honestly get rid of the Arven and use Serena as a draw supporter next turn. I think that's fine. Get Bounsweet with its quick blow attack. Put down Bounsweet. Attach to Bounsweet. Now I'm realizing I can't Rare Candy. That's fine, I think, right? Do you have to? Are you required to discard for Serena? You must. Yep, you are. That's fine. So I guess another argument to not Arven, because Arven's focused on items, and I can't really use items, so it actually feels fine to just go for Serena here. It is Dragapult. So Dragapult, I mean, it's hard for them to set up multiple attackers, so if I can get enough damage on one attacker, it feels like that could really mess up Dragapult sometimes. Now, obviously, he's going to Itchy Pollen here. Then I'm going to try and draw some cards with Serena. Nest Balls, okay. What does he get? He gets a Dusclops. That is sketchy. The good thing is he can't evolve to Dusknoir under item lock. He could evolve a Dusclops, technically. I'm not particularly worried about that. Quick Blow is interesting if I flip heads because it kills Budew. Serena, discard a candy. Draw 3 cards. That is actually pretty good. For all damage, I mean, I could put Panic Mask on to make Budew unable to hit me. That does seem kind of funny. It only blocks damage from attacks, so Duskult's still fine, so I guess it's not that great. But it's interesting. I think I'd hit Itchy Pollen for now, though. The biggest worry is if he does set up Dragapult, I could be in trouble. So I gotta be careful that he does not manage to pull that off. I don't expect an issue. Actually, I think maybe it just makes sense to put Panic Mask on ahead of time to the Budew. I don't know. There's an argument that it's better on the Serena, though, because I feel like knocks out Budew or something in some way. Ooh, I like this. Because that means he's still not going to get to evolve. Radiant Tsareena is a great top deck here. Now, he could try to gust the Radiant Tsareena, but that does require a boss's orders. Which I'm willing to bet he doesn't have access to, so I'm going to Itchy Pollen again. If he retreats to the Greepy and bites, it will knock me out, but then I immediately get the Serena EX up. And if I get the Serena EX up, I'm exactly in the position I want to be. So that's good. This is actually really interesting. I also like how Serena can heal off pull damage to the bench, which of course is probably going to kill my Budews completely. But if there's anything that does survive, or he's trying to spread out damage between multiple things, then Radiant Tsareena does come pretty handy. So, it's definitely interesting. If he had put down Rotom V, that would be great. I do get to kill his Budew here. That's kind of awesome. Poffin? I can't use the Poffin or item lock. I can't elegant heal. I like that. Budew dies, and I don't think he is going to be able to find another... I mean, some do play 2 Budew, actually. Some pulls play 2 Budew. He could technically set up another Budew if he plays a second. However, I'm willing to bet he's just going to kill me with the Dreepy. That's what I'm expecting. So, yeah. I'd be kind of surprised if he doesn't, actually. Now, at that point, I almost feel like a Trop Kick, maybe? Or I just go back into Budew. Although then he just bites again. So Trop Kick, the problem is I do need another Grass Energy. He does in fact kill my Budew. Okay. So, that's fine. I don't like how the only Bounsweets that exist have 60 HP. That is tough. Another Bounsweet is good. Poffin is pretty good, although I really want to make sure I don't overbench. I could put a single Budew down, but I don't even think that's worth it, because Dragapult's so good at going for, like, board wipe stuff. Shenanigans. Well, if I put one down, it's also kind of a honeypot. He's, like, incentivized to chase after it, which actually incentivizing my opponent to put damage on the Budew over the Bounsweet is a good thing. Especially because the Bounsweet can heal. I do wish I had the energy to use a better attack, but I don't. Who do I Icicle Soul? If I put on the active, he can't bite me. Do I even care about bite right now, though? I don't think I do, right? Nah. Put on the bench, it doesn't... I mean, the active still seems the best. I'm just gonna hold the Panic Mask, though. Or I could... I guess putting out of the bench does have a use for stall Budew strategies, right? Because he can never be stalled. He technically could get kind of stuck, especially because Dracloak has 2 attack cost. So I could actually trap the Dreepy, and 10 damage isn't enough. 40, I heal half of it. Or I guess 40 would kill the Budew if that's what's active. But that actually does seem like it could work. Now, that's the worry, right? Is the Dusk plays. Because if he can board wipe me... I guess that's also a reason to put down Budew, is if he tries to board wipe me, then I can try and retaliate in some ways because of my access to Budew. There's also the possibility that he, Dusknors my Budew and then finishes off my Bounsweet. That is an interesting play, but considering he gives me a prize, it does not seem worth it. Especially because I just go here, attach Panic Mask. And then what, he has to, like, set up another Dragapult, or set up another Dusknor? That definitely seems difficult to do. And if he, also, he could, if he tries to set up Dusknor, he has to do it fast enough before Radiant Tsareena heals off too much bulk. He essentially has 1 turn, because he does 200, I heal 20, then he just could do 130 with Dusknor to finish on my Tsareena. But he cannot, oh no. That's, never mind. Ignore everything I said. He just has the Dracloak. That's surprising, honestly. I like it, but I was not expecting that. Well, good for me. Because that means I'm also going to get to evolve to Steenee, which definitely makes my chances of survivability a lot better here. That's great. I was expecting him to have a lot more. Yeah. Serena with Serena for the win, I guess. This is going surprisingly well. I mean, I haven't even done much, but Budew is just a broken card. Okay, my turn. So, Serena. Oh! Definitely about... Do I want to keep the Switch? I feel like there's a chance he tries to Gust and Radiant Tsareena, so I'll say yes. I'll keep it. Yeah, I'll just draw 3 cards. I don't actually need a whole lot... Oh, Trop Kick is huge. Not only does it do 180, it also heals me. Which is actually very relevant. I think. Yeah, it actually is relevant to possible math. With, like, Dusclops and stuff. This is perfect. 180, and I heal myself. I mean, he is kind of bricking, but at the same time, this is going quite well. Better than I would ever expect against a Dragapult with a rogue deck like this, but I actually don't think it's terrible. Like, Serena Budew seems good. Very interesting. Also, you might be wondering why my deck customization is what it is. So, I was happy about 500 subscribers. Thank you so much. So, like, the Chien Pal was pretty much the year I started streaming. It was also the year I became a master in TCG, so, like, the adults division. I fondly remember playing against my friend's Chien Pal with Fusion Mew, and then when I started streaming, it was a lot of Fusion Mew. Alright. We'll talk about the rest in a sec. Let's see. Yes, I was expecting him to stall me, and that's exactly why I did this the way I did, which was keeping the Switch off the Serena. I really like how Serena actually lets me keep pieces, not like, unlike Research. And, of course, I also just like Serena and Serena. And the Gust. The Gust is great for stalling. There's a lot of interesting, cool things. And Drop Kick. And then, I guess you can't see it. It's weird how you don't see the sleeves or anything. Or, yeah, I guess you see the sleeves. But you don't see the coin or the deck box. Like, why do you even choose a coin and a deck box if they're not going to show anywhere? But my Gardevoir coin, when I first started streaming, first of all, Gardevoir is a BDIF, but also my best performing video fought a Gardevoir, and I remember their game crashing, and I thought, should I put this in the video? I put it in, and somehow I did well, which is weird, because I'm like, it wasn't even a completed game. My opponent crashed, but... And then the Vaporeon deck box was just the new set, I guess. Prismatic Evolution's coming up. And Vaporeon is the most well-known one of that, especially around Valentine's Day. People talk about Vaporeon a lot. I guess those people are weird. Anyway, that's a, digression, but I guess there's not too much to talk about when my opponent's just here bricking. Which I guess is the point, that my opponent can't do anything if I set this up. So I guess I'm successful at exactly what I intended to do. Which is to lock my opponent out of the game. So, yeah. I wasn't expecting him to be bricking this much, though. I was expecting after I broke the item lock, he'd be able to do something, and this is just atrocious. But, yeah, he's really not set up. I think this is normal Dragapult list, too. I've never actually seen Dragapult brick this bad. And it wasn't Budew, because it's not like... he didn't have the items at hand even after the Budew ended, so I'm honestly confused, but... It's interesting. So if he does get double Recon Directive, he might get an attack, maybe. I could see it. If he gets an attack, it makes it a little bit tougher, but I do have Bloodmoon Ursaluna. He is going to try and stall again. And this is why I play 3 Switch, have an A-Spec, a Prime Catcher, have a Pal Pad, and have a Turo. Because I knew people would keep trying to stall. Also, the other reason for Switch, after going with Serena, as a free cost of 2, I don't really want to retreat it. So I just switch into Budew instead. He does, in fact, have the Dragapult. Does he have the energy for Phantom Dive, though? Because if he can't Phantom Dive, no way, he actually has a Jet Headbutt. That's really bad for him. That's a great top deck, too. Because I can switch into... which Serena? Probably... I guess it doesn't matter that much. Especially the one that can more easily retreat. Patch Panic Mask. Which is insane here. Empty my entire hand to draw 5 cards. Grass... and I have the Bloodmoon. And I have the Prime Catcher. Definitely the biggest problem with only Serena is that I can't Gust with Boss. That is kind of annoying, because I can Gust with Prime Catcher and take 1 prize here, but that's not enough. But I can just Icicle Souls active and not be too upset. And then if I finish off his pull, I win. If he retreats to another pull, I Prime Catcher up pull and win. Yeah, that's honestly awesome. Wasn't using Budew as much as I expected. The Panic Mask alone has worked wonders. Also, this Serena is such a good draw. I mean, I guess a lot of those times I could research, but I'd be losing, like, I'd be forced to attach Panic Mask ahead of time, which was annoying. And lose switches. Oh yeah, I would have lost switches. I guess that's the biggest one. Yep, I like this. Okay, attach rescue board to the Dracloak. I had Prime Catcher in hand. That's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. Or, never mind. I mean, there were very good chances I found an Arven or another Serena, to be fair. So I'm not surprised. But it is pretty awesome. Ultra Ball, I'm assuming he gets Dragapult. Maybe? It's gonna be hard for him to set up another Dragapult. I guess, no, he hasn't used Sparkling Crystal. Wait, Dracloak? Did he prize the rest of the Dragapults or something? Oh boy, or maybe it's already in hand, and oh, I bet you it's already in hand and he's thinning his deck. That's probably what it is. Because if that isn't the case, that's a very odd play. So, I think that has to be, he just concedes. That worked pretty well. Alright. Next match. My opponent will be going first. Should be good to set up early Budew. Okay. Bounsweet. So, there's a few ways Bounsweet can lead to Budew. I'm going second. So I can Ultra Ball for Lumineon for 1. That's the easiest way, actually, Ultra Ball for Lumineon. Now, I don't play any way to search out energy, actually. Oh, wait. Duh. Buddy's free. Lumineon. Yes. Lumineon for Arven for Switch. And Forest Hill Stone. I don't immediately need the Forest Hill Stone, but it will be helpful. This. You take no damage, you take no damage. That's actually kind of interesting. But you're also really easily trappable. Of course, I don't play Boss, I play Serena, so it would need to be a V, but that's okay. Poffin for Budew, and another Bounsweet. I do need to Ultra Ball. I did not check to see my prizes, that probably would have been smart. Want to keep the Turo. Han. Could lose the Rare Candy since they already have Steenee, right? Get Lumineon. Yes. Lumineon for Arven. I do have Turo technically, right? Or I could Turo up the Lumineon. Oh, that's what I do. I Turo up the Lumineon, which also allows reuse. Now that'll be next turn, but Arven first. Prime Catcher. I like going after a Buffamont because he's kind of annoying for my opponent to maneuver around. And Forest Hill Stone. Prime Catcher up the Buffamont. I won't be damaging it, which is too bad, but I can handle that. And then I'll Itchy Paw in for 0. Damage doesn't matter, it just matters that he's stuck. He can't really do much. Yeah, this is fun. Definitely more fun to play with Serena than play with a real date for Valentine's Day. That sounded weird on it. It's more fun to play Pokemon. I enjoy Pokemon. No expectations. Alright. Speedwing. I was not expecting him to have Jet Energy in hand. That's a little bit silly, honestly. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. What do I do? I need to... I don't have energy. I don't have energy for that. Well, can he evolve the Serena EX? Technically that works in a way. So evolving Serena EX isn't ideally what I would want to do here, but it does have a very good use. And that's that. I think it's gonna survive. I don't think he's gonna be able to kill it. Also, I can pick this up. Next turn, this gets me Serena. It allows me to draw probably 5 cards. And those 5 cards almost guarantees that I find myself a Grass Energy. And then I can start actually doing things. I'm also expecting this is the turn he attacks with Terapagos. I also like how he had to evolve to Noctowl. Oh, wow, that's weird. I also like how he had to evolve to Noctowl in a situation where there was no Terra Pokemon, and therefore it wasn't that useful. He's filling his bench with no Terras. That's crazy. Crispin. That gets 1 energy attached to the Kangaskhan. He will need a double turbo in hand if he wants to power it up. If not, he's using Speedwing. This is a very weird deck list to me. He is in fact using Speedwing. I I think I definitely pinged the Kangaskhan. I only have to put the Lumineon down. I do have to keep the Panic Mask, sadly. Or I don't have to, but I feel like I have to. Yeah, I did have to, what I drew there. There. Patch the mask. I would love to Ultra Ball and get myself the evolution, but I just can't do that right now, and that's okay. Kangaskhan. Now Kangaskhan can't hit me unless he back moves. Huge. Next, I'm going to put it on Noctowl. Eventually, his entire board is going to be filled with that. Dusclops. Literally the thing I was just talking about, but I don't think it's a huge issue. And if I do believe... Really? I guess he has to make spot for a Terra Pokemon. Oh, yeah. If he makes spot for a Terra Pokemon and then, like, extends his bench with Area 0, he could technically knock me out, maybe? Yeah, Terrapagos. If he has a full bench and a double Turo on it, can knock me out. But it seems very difficult for him to set up. Boss on the Steenee. He's not KOing the Steenee right now. He's just damaging it. I was... Okay. I'm not expecting this to be damaged, but I'm good with it. Ooh, that's a great draw. I get to heal from both things. So I can Ultra Ball for the Serena. The problem is... Yeah. Also, not... Yeah, Ultra Ball for the Serena probably is confusing of which type of Serena I mean. I got an Arven. But yeah, I won't have an energy if I do that, because I don't have any energy in the discard. And the only way I get an energy would be like Night Stretcher. Which does mean I have to go for Switch. It's fine, though. Additionally, I can put Panic Mask on the Steenee. That actually feels good. Because now the Steenee can't just... He can't just go after the Steenee and be annoying. Because the Noctowl's damaged enough that it won't work. And now I have to ping other weird things, like Fan Rotom. If he gets Stadium in play, it's weird. Although I probably never have to ping the Bouffalants. Bravery Charm? Okay. That does technically allow that thing to attack. He would have to get 3 out of 4 heads if he wants that attack to be enough. He doesn't even try. I'm pinging that Kangaskhan again. He should have held off on doing that play. I like him being in play. I don't like how he's... Well, honestly, if he chases the Buddy, we just take a prize on the butt. He concedes! Yes! Yes. Alright, hope y'all enjoy your Valentine's Day. If you don't have a partner, you have, Serena. The Pokemon. Which actually, I guess it's not a starter. It's not considered a first partner Pokemon, but it doesn't have to be your first partner, I guess. Yeah. See ya. Hope you had fun.